So if you're going to be sifting through the trash today and you need to find some creative elements, maybe you might have a little luck that you won't get rained on.
Yeah, I think it'll be a little bit drier, a little bit hotter today, but still some thunderstorms in parts of New Mexico this morning from Alita, Caussey, now near Tatum, into the north and east of Roswell. Storms are moving to the southwest courtesy of a high-pressure system to our north and west. Those thunderstorms are weakening. The one near Clovis to near Alita on Highway 70 still producing plenty of lightning strikes. It's a very low amount of rainfall in that very small amount of area, but briefly maybe some moderate rain, and we have to watch out for more hit or miss lightning strikes with a few of these storms along Highway 206 near Tatum and also near Caussey. Some of those storms will start to approach Roswell, and roadway conditions are dry for now this morning. Partly to mostly clear skies, clouds off in the distance, and that's where some of those thunderstorms will start to move in. 72 degrees with a 76% relative humidity value. Around the Sandia Peak area yesterday, we saw those thunderstorms forming with sheets of rainfall and gusty winds that moved through parts of the Albuquerque metro. And then we saw that waning crescent moon rising earlier this morning with very clear skies and some stars and planets seen. And now we're seeing the glow of that sunrise starting to be apparent. We're still under night vision, so this latest time-lapse image showcasing some high thin clouds off in the distance, but clear skies, though, for the most part, with black and white coloration in that time-lapse capture. There are those thunderstorms moving through southeast New Mexico, but weakening, and another batch of storms as well in the far northeast highlands starting to approach Union County. So Clayton and Des Moines, watch out. With underoars, go indoors. And our air temperature in Clayton, 60 degrees, 68 now in Clovis, again in the low 70s in Roswell, as well as 72 in Albuquerque, 50 Alamosa, 68 in Las Cruces, 57 in the Reserve, 71 in Farmington, 74 in Cortez. So pretty comfortable weather and relatively mild weather this morning and throughout the later parts of the morning and the afternoon. Temperatures will rise. By the way, Angel Fire last check in the high 30s, low 40s. We'll be warming up in the 70s this afternoon. 80s in Taos, near 80 in Raton. High 70s in Ruidoso. Still a good chance of rainfall, but that flash flooding threat lower today. On either side, 90 in south and eastern New Mexico. Low to mid 90s in Socorro. At least 91, 92 in Albuquerque, 80s in Santa Fe, 80s and 90s in Silver City to Deming. Mid to upper 80s and low 90s from Grants and Gap all the way to Camado, with some spottier thunderstorms, meaning not as widespread. In the San Dias, we have to watch out for a few isolated showers and rumbles of thunder still, including the San Juan Mountains, and a few isolated storms as well in the same areas that are raining this morning. Those storms will go up and over and down the west slopes of the mountains today, and they'll move to the southwest later on. Our monsoon meter today, a lower number than yesterday's 7 out of 10, a 5 out of 10, with fewer afternoon thunderstorms moving to the southwest with flash flooding a little bit less likely today, but still some small hail and gusty winds still a possibility. Drier weather will start to make its way into the northeast highlands tomorrow with that high pressure in the Four Corners moving to the northwest. Fewer thunderstorms are ahead. Still a few isolated storms possible in the next couple of days in Albuquerque, so don't be surprised if in the foothills you may get rain. Those storms will form around the San Dias and the Jemez Mountains that will approach on either side of the metro for the next couple of days. Now we'll start to see really sunny and hot conditions, especially late this week. 90s in Albuquerque, close to 100 in Farmington, 80s and 90s in Tucumcari. In Durango, record high temperatures dating back to 1996. Pretty likely lows in the 50s, 80s Alamosa, and with that high pressure, that sinking compressing air mass will move to the northwest, allowing for more moisture to move in. Cuba and Gallup, more storms are ahead in the short term. Glenwood, Las Cruces, Alamogordo in the upper 80s and 90s. And then by the end of the weekend to next week, we'll start to cool off and it'll become more humid. Ruidoso, Cloudcroft storms are still possible to likely, but that flash flooding threat is unlikely. Roswell to Hobbs, morning storms and some afternoon storms as well, but relatively weak in nature. From Mora to Tucumcari and Conchas, ranging from the high 70s to low 90s, but more thunderstorms late this weekend to next week, including Santa Fe and Española in the northern mountains. Very spotty storms in the short term, more widespread storms by the end of the weekend. Moriarty, Cedar Crest, Sandia Park. I think will be sunnier and hotter compared to yesterday. And from the north to south valley of Albuquerque, if we do get rain, it'll be most likely in the foothills and the west Mesas. And tomorrow into Friday, hotter, then stormier and cooler late Saturday into next week.
All right, looking forward to that sunshine on Friday.
Yeah.
This week has been picture perfect, if you ask me.
Yeah, you know, even on days where we get rain, you get the sunshine and it feels good.
Yeah, and that's a very busy 7-day. We haven't seen it like that socked in for a good while.
Yeah, and again, keep in mind, again, even on those stormy days, we'll have plenty of sunshine. But yeah, later in the afternoons and evenings, we do have to watch out for storms ahead.
There you go. All right, thanks a lot, Ryan.
Of course.